Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about rotator cuffs and shoulders and scapulas and how they all kind of relate, and some stuff to keep your arm bone and the arm socket just a little bit better. The arm socket is a real shallow little disc thing called the glenoid fossa, and then the arm bone, the humeral head, fits in just like this, and they don't really fit together very well, and so that's kind of good because it gives you a lot of opportunities to move your shoulder, and it also gives you a lot of opportunities to mess up your shoulder, and so, you know, a little bit of both. So we have a group of muscles that help hold the arm socket together called your rotator cuff. So you imagine a little octopus thing kind of sucking the arm bone into the arm socket. And what that's going to help is help with the roll, slide, and glide and keep the arm bone inside the glenoid fossa. That's good. We want that. We want them all to stay together. We also want all the movement opportunities. And so the way we're going to do this the best is to balance out those two things and keep the rotator cuff nice and strong so it can work well with the glenoid fossa and the humeral head. So some stuff that we can do is some external rotation exercises to help strengthen that relationship. So at your most basic level, you can do some isometric pressing. And I'm just pushing this wall over. And you can do this between 10 and 30 seconds. Take a break, shake out the arm, rest a minute, do it again, and you can try to push that wall over again. You can do it facing kind of perpendicular to the wall. You can be open a little bit, you could be a little bit more open. So there's a couple different angles of attack, and all will be beneficial. You'll be able to probably push hardest with the arm right here, because that's going to be the most neutral position, and as you go more out, it's going to get harder and harder to press. Some thoughts are, this shoulder, we want it in kind of relatively neutral position. And actually that usually means retract it more than you think. We all kind of hang out here in protraction way too much. Kind of gives us this like scoop shape here and gives us a round back on the back. And so what we're gonna do is make sure we start from a retracted position, then we're gonna press and externally rotate, and you'll feel it back here-ish. And so if you feel it back there, you're probably in the right spot. If you feel it in other places, be more sensitive. No, you're wrong. Just try to figure out where that is. But it should be kind of in the back of the shoulder. That's where your external rotators are. So first, easiest is just your isometric contractions. A step up from isometric contractions is going to be a band. Wrap band around pillar or stick, or have a friend hold it, whatever, and hold it in your hand. Make a fist. Put it on your ribs, put your elbow on your fist. From here, you're going to externally rotate and bring it back. Externally rotate and bring it back. And we're doing the same thing, we're just going through a range of motion now. And you should get burning again kind of here in the back area. Again, keep the shoulder in a relatively retracted, depressed position, kind of back and down. Not forward and roundy like this. This is going to be less good. You want to be nice and tall. And you can do as many as 30 repetitions and as few as 10. Kind of depending on if you're going for a little bit more endurance. So when you're first starting, I would recommend a little higher volume. That means repetitions. So I would do more repetitions, like 30-ish, and then as I got stronger, I'd work my way lower and do less repetitions. So work my way down to 10. That's all well and good, and that's the arm in this down position, but the arm gets to operate in all these positions. So we have to work it in more positions. As well, we can go a lot heavier in other positions. So for our next exercises, find a bench or something you can sit on, and something that you can put your foot on too. I like to support my body with my arms, so I'm nice and tall like this. So try to be like, so find a spot where you can kind of just shove your arm back there. Elbow should be about the same height as the armpit. So if you're too low, just bring it in a little bit, and that should be about right. I'm not all the way out, I'm not all the way forward, kind of in the middle, and I'm gonna lower down 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm gonna come up 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2. Check out this negative 45-degree position to get my arm to. I want to get to about here, not so far that my shoulder starts to dump forward this way. So you want to keep that shoulder again in that back and down position. This is like a chicken on a rotisserie. It doesn't really, it just rotates. And then look, the shoulder stays in a nice flat position. If you get to even here and you start feeling this, you fucked up. You've gone too far. So think if you can keep that in a back and down position and see if you can go further down. But ideally, we go to about negative 45, keeping the shoulder nice and flat. We don't want to, again, dump forward this way. So it's your responsibility to keep that shoulder from doing this thingy, because that's what shoulders like to do, because they're stupid and lazy. They're also genius and brilliant and hard workers, but they kind of get fucked sometimes. So yeah, that's going to be the best things I think for your rotator cuff right now. It's again going to keep that humeral head in the glenoid fossa, and that's going to be really good, and that's going to help it from pulling out of the socket. You're going to support the other structural pieces. Another thing to think about is keeping your shoulders kind of in this back and down position more often, because the arm bone and the shoulder bone, they work together. They're a team, and so you can't have one doing one thing and one doing a different thing and then not communicating very well. And so sometimes when we get shoulder problems, it's because the scapula's off doing A and the arm bone's doing Z, and then they're like, oh, you didn't tell me, dude. And so we have to get them on the same page. Where did my band go? Show you another couple things that might help. If I can figure out where my band is. Oh, it's right here where I left it. Okay, so just a few more things. Some things I really like. I'll pull. I like band pull aparts. So I'm literally just pulling this band apart, medium amount of band tension. And I pull until I touch my chest at about boob height, right about here. And you want to think about squeezing shoulder blades and arms back. Nice straight elbows. Look, I'm not bending my elbows. It's not an arm exercise, it's a shoulder exercise. So 3 sets of 10. Overhead, this one's really important. I feel like I'm just waving for help. I just bring it down to the tops of my shoulders, and then I go back up, and I want to think about my scapulas upwardly rotating and downwardly rotating, upwardly rotating and downwardly rotating. And this drill is really good to make your scapulas upwardly and downwardly rotate, and that's going to be a big part of getting them to communicate. Another one I like, shoulder dislocates. You'll feel a big stretch as the band pulls you into some funky positions about there. You'll find nothing up here, and you stretch and back. And this is going to help stretch out those front tissues. So we want to strengthen the back tissues and stretch out the front tissues a little bit, and that's going to help us have the arm bone and the scapula work better together. Some other things that might help you is these egg beaters. Big fan of egg beaters. We're getting a little long here in this YouTube video, but you can always rewatch it, or I can send you some more shit. So egg beaters, put a band around a pole. Whew, it's very tight here. Then you want to egg beat over your head. Then you egg beat in and egg beat out. Another direction that you can egg beat is facing away. So now the band's pulling me back. Get a little bit of tension in the abs, because if not, you're going to be all like a very proud gymnast. So now you squeeze the abs, squeeze the butt. You can put one foot in front of the other. As long as you have a nice stable position, I'm happy. And then you're going to egg beat this way. So this is a little bit more like a stretch, because we're stretching backwards into that end range of motion. And we can do 10 reps this way, and then 10 reps the other way. So egg beaters, whew, great exercise for opening the shoulders. Band pull aparts in 2 different directions, dislocates, and rotator cuff exercise. I think those, all those will be really good for you. Start with high repetitions, 30-ish repetitions with a nice, easy, light weight. Just kind of feel it out. Lets you feeling more comfortable. Break it down, 20, then 12, 10, 8, 6, something like that. Try to go heavier and heavier and heavier as you get down into the 12, 10, 8, 6 stuff. And make an addendum. So all the band work, I always just leave high repetition. That's actually, I just always do a lot of these. I don't think that you're gonna get so strong in these exercises. I don't think it actually makes sense to be so strong in those exercises. I tend to see it more as movement prep and stretching. So I will always just do a lot of repetitions of these band exercises. You know, I'll just do 10-ish reps, 20 reps, whatever feels right for your body, kind of listen. You know, egg beaters, just do 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. They'll be fine. For the rotator cuff exercises, you should actually start with 12 reps, 10 reps, 8, 5. Try to go heavier and heavier and heavier. Spend 2 weeks on 12, 2 weeks on 10, 2 weeks on 8, 2 weeks on 5, and then go back. Start it all over again. And what that's going to do is allow you to build up a little bit of volume and it's kind of like tissue quality, and then you'll get heavier, 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 and that's going to be the name of the game. Your goal for 5 repetitions with the external rotation exercise is 10% of your body weight. So if you're like 100 pounds, 10 pounds. It sounds pretty easy, but at that tempo, it's pretty shitty and pretty hard. So take it slow and be careful. If you get a big bad boy weight and it's going to break your arm, just dump it, let go. Use your second hand, do whatever you have to do. Don't go crazy at first. Start with like 2.5 pounds, work your way up, and you'll get there when you get there, no big deal. But I think a combination of all of these things will start getting your shoulders to kind of understand where they need to be. So when you're grabbing a thing, the shoulder goes and can glue itself into the body, and you can pull the whole body to the shoulder instead of grabbing and pulling the shoulder to the arm and leaving the body behind. And I think that's maybe what happened. You grabbed and pulled instead of grabbed and pulled. So you really want to think about setting the scapulas in their place, being tight from the center first and then to the periphery, and not periphery tight, center follow, because that will fuck you up. Cool, it's a little bit long. I hope that helps you. I hope your shoulder feels much better. Let me know how the results go. Cool, bye.